But first, the third time's a charm as President Donald Trump plans another visit to Montana. For the first time, POTUS will land in the western part of the state. Republican Party sources have confirmed with MTN News the president will land in Missoula 1 week from today, Thursday, October 18th. Now, so far, no other details have been released. Trump visited both Billings and Great Falls over the summer in support of Republican U.S. Senate candidate Matt Rosendale in his effort to unseat incumbent Democratic Senator Jon Tester. We will, of course, update you on air and online when more details are released on that visit. Now, that visit has Missoula area Republicans excited to host a Republican president in their neck of the woods. It also gives them an opportunity to talk about their political stances on an elevated platform. As MTN's Connor McCauley reports, something that can be quite difficult in liberal-leaning Missoula.
Donald Trump is coming to Missoula, which sounds like an odd choice for the president. Missoula might be considered a liberal stronghold, but one state house rep from the area says the idea of Missoula's Republicans not being important to the upcoming elections is misguided.
Truth is that in every single county, even though there might be a majority of one party or another, it's actually a really significant part of the other party. So here in Missoula, 40% of the county is Republican, right? And so when it comes to elections, especially when it comes to, say, a United States Senate election, that 40% is a big deal. And in fact, when you're looking at the electoral math to get yourself across the finish line in Montana for a Republican, Missoula is pretty darn important.
Not only are Missoula Republicans important, but so are the state, House, and Senate races they will be voting in. Montana GOP members say that visits to Big Sky Country from the president, Mike Pence, and Trump's son Don Jr. validate that opinion.
And we're looking at 6 or 7 stops by the president, by the president's son, by the vice president. So I think it tells you how important Montana is this time around for this election. I think it tells you, regardless of what party you're from, how important it is for you to get out and vote.
So what topics should Trump be emphasizing on his Missoula visit?
I don't know about one point. I guess I'll try to split it into 2 and be a politician for a second. So the first point to make is that it's working. 3.9% unemployment is a pretty darn good thing. The tax cuts allowing more people to be hired is a pretty good thing. Returning more money to people's pockets so that they have more decisions that they can make in their own personal budgets is a pretty big thing. The second part, the case that I think that he should be making is that, look, Jon Tester had his chance. And Jon Tester looked into a camera to all of us in Montana and he said, look, I'm not going to take lobbyist money. Now he's the number 1 recipient of lobbyist cash. He said, I'm going to only run for 2 terms. Now here he is running for a 3rd term. He said, I'm going to fight against the big banks. Now he's the second, major getter of bank money in the state or in the country. There has to be some sort of penalty to looking us in the eye and lying to us.
In Missoula, Connor McCauley, MTN News.
Thanks, Connor. Now, a spokesman for Senator Jon Tester's campaign says he hopes the president will take time to visit some of Montana's rural areas, as well as some of the state veteran facilities. President Trump, he said, quote, should visit the future site of the Southwest Montana Veterans Home that Matt Rosendale voted against and Jon Tester fought for. Or head to Columbia Falls to see the veterans home there that Rosendale voted against funding.